other Disney shit. So our other favourite IP that's no longer our favourite IP because it's something else that Disney's pissed on.
Oh no. Are you going to mention what I think you're going to mention?
Yeah, so the trilogy that nobody wants. Just going to talk about it.
Are we going to be talking about something called Star Wars?
We are.
How did I know? There's some interesting stuff coming out about Star Wars.
A lot of interesting stuff. And surprise, surprise, the Access Media aren't covering it, which is mind-blowing, right?
So we're going to cover it now.
Okay, here we go. Daisy Ridley Trilogy has now been put on hold.
Oh?
Rumour has it, it's done. So, Star Wars The New Jedi Order is done, according to sources. It's not been confirmed yet. It's definitely on hold. Definitely on hold. So all production has stopped.
Right.
But sources also say that it's been wiped off the map because of the poor or cold reception that Acolyte got. So what this means as an IP or what this means as a production or a production schedule is that all resources now being pumped into Mando and Grogu, sorry. So Mandalorian and Grogu are now the focus of all of the production teams. So they've all been merged into one to get it done quicker. So it's out in a timely release window to try and garner some fans back because of the massive outlash of Acolyte. But the Daisy Ridley trilogy is...
It's official.
It may come... So, again, word on the street is it may come back, but with a completely different director. Not one that says, I like to make men uncomfortable. I like to make men uncomfortable. I think Bob Iger's taken a while to get there, but I think maybe putting left-wing feminist activists as directors of movies predominantly watched by men
is
probably not a good hot take. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
No.
Probably not a good idea. When, you know, when like 75, 80% of your audience are men, you know, and then this small, tiny, minute part of the which is like 2.7% of the audience, which didn't turn up for Acolyte. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, they're not going to make money, and Bob Iger and Disney like to make money. So that's on hold. Again, we're going to keep an eye on it. If we find out it's been axed, we'll let you know.
But it's no surprise. It's definitely no surprise. If they do change their head writer or their head director, I think that would be the best choice that they can make for the Rey.
Yeah, so we're just, again, once we find out more information, we'll let you know. But for now, the big, whoa, holy shit this week is the fact that this has been put on hold. So... Again, all assets are now going to the Mando Grogu movie because they think that's going to pull or garner audience back or pull audience back because of the...
But let's appreciate that for a second. It's a well-written show. Grogu's obviously taken everybody's heart by storm because adorable.
It was up to season 3.
Yes, season 3 was questionable.
Season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian were fantastic.
Loved them.
Space Western, hadn't been done before. Brilliant story. Loved the characters. You felt for the character, and the ending of season 2 was phenomenal.
Oh yes.
And then season 3 happened, and they make Mando a cuck, and then push Clone Wars characters, especially female ones, in front of him, and they make him an idiot or a clumsy fool or inept in nearly every episode. Yeah. Again, it had Kathleen Kennedy written all over it.
But if they do what they're now working on as those first 2 seasons of Mando with the same writers or the same idea, it could be potentially, hopefully, be a good Star Wars thing to come out of something from a while.
The annoying thing for a lot of us, Strahd, though, is the fact that the New Jedi Order was started by Luke Skywalker, and Luke Skywalker's dead. So they've killed off the only character that had the power to do so, and Rey... Skywalker. Ugh. God, it hurts to fucking say that.
Just say Rey.
Is definitely not the one to lead the Jedi Order. She's not got the chops for it, mate. She's not got the acting chops. I love Daisy Ridley. I think she's lovely.
She's beautiful.
I think she's lovely. I love her in interviews. She's a lovely person, does loads of charity work. I'm not going to knock Daisy Ridley at all, but her character is fucking horseshit.
It could have been written so much better.
It's like her character is the definition of Mary Sue. It's awful. The whole new trilogy is... It's fucking shite. So, again, as we said, it's been put on hold, but there's no word that it's been cancelled. Again, if we do get any whispers or anything, or we find out more information, we'll let you know next week. But for the minute, this is done and dusted. The director's definitely gone. They got rid of the director. She's gone. And so the writing and production team, they're also gone as well. So they may pick the story up again at a later date, but for now, what we know is it's on hold. Hold. Which is probably corporate speak for we gone fucked up, so we cancel it, but we can't say that we gone cancel it because we look like fucking dickheads. Okay, so moving on from there, again, staying with the Disney Star Wars trend, there's been a lot of bullshitting going on in the industry because of the absolute shit show that was the Acolyte.
Oh, Acolyte, you've done us dirty, man.
Now, I'm getting a bit bored of talking about the fucking Acolyte, in all honesty. I'm just getting bored of it. I'm getting bored of it. But like this is a big thing. This is something that should have been addressed straight away. But again, they had to put corporate spin on it. They had to save face. They couldn't be looking like they're idiots, etc. So they've had to lie about the costing of the Acolyte. Now, when they said it cost 178 million,
oof.
It was 178 million pounds, not dollars. So when you rejig the currency difference, that works out to $230 million. So a TV show, costs $230 million.
Holy shiz.
So that works out to $845,743 per second. Sorry, per minute on the show.
Per minute?
Yeah, I mean, we're averaging the show out in about 40 minutes.
You might as well just say a load of random numbers. That just... For every minute of the show...
Yeah.
That was how much money was wasted. On something that didn't have, obviously, any...
They had no direction. Writing was terrible. It was shoving a message down your throat. Virtue signaling. And remember, the entire premise of the Acolyte, what I said on stream, that somebody asked me to say again, is you can have or be in an abusive relationship, which is fine, supposedly, as long as you get your end away at the end of it. That is the entire Acolyte in a nutshell. You can be in an abusive relationship as long as you get your end away at the end of it.
And that's definitely not toxic. Oh, my word.
Acolyte, nutshell. There we go. Saved you watching it, if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, so this has had a massive knock-on effect with the movie and TV industry. Jobs have been lost. There's been a complete restructure in Disney itself. There are now questions if Kathleen Kennedy is going to be around any longer. This woman's got more lives than a fucking cat, though. Like,
that's been talked about so many times that she's going to come out.
I don't know how she's still at the company. She must have dirt on people because there's no other way that somebody would keep her employed.
No.
Anybody would keep her employed with this amount of fuck-ups or this amount of money lost since she's held the seat. But I think this is, again, sources have said she wanted to go out on a bang. Her bang was the Rey Trilogy. The Rey Trilogy's now been put on hold, so she's now got no reason to be there.
No.
So expect maybe New Year. She won't be there anymore. Again, we'll have to wait and see.
But she does.
Said so many times.
She does need to.
So many times that she's going, but she's just held on by the skin of her teeth every time. I don't know how she does it, man. Yeah. But she needs to be gone. She's an asshole. She's a narcissist. She doesn't understand the IP. There's like so many fanboys out there they want her like gone, man. And she's got to go.
It is an enigma why she's still around. If you talk to anybody,
nobody likes her.
Just
Nobody likes it. No,
exactly.
not anybody, not one person has got a nice word to say about Kathleen Kennedy. Not one person.
For South Park to even make an episode just to
they've ripped her apart. They've ripped her apart, and they continue to rip her apart as well. So
things need to change. Things need to change in Star Wars, and they need to happen fast.
A lot needs to happen.
Yes.
A lot needs to happen. I think the damage is done, though. I think they've lost all credibility as an IP. I think Star Wars has lost its credibility. I think it's
their core fans.
It's been going on for too long.
Like ourselves, who grew up with Star Wars, classic Star Wars, the lucasfilms, and then Disney to take over and to completely, not completely, but to mess up quite a lot. I think has lost the loyalty as well as the trust from the core fans of Star Wars. And they're going to have to do a lot for them to come back and to love the franchise again. But we'll see.
Again, we'll keep our ears to the ground. If we hear anything, you guys will be the first to know. So, positive news, again, because we'd like to start talking about positive news. The Knights of the Old Republic remake has been stopped, started. I can't even tell you how many times it's been cancelled, remade, fan-made, brought back to life, said it was dead again, brought back to life. It's been back and forth.
It's alive, it's dead.
It's alive, it's dead again, it's alive. Fuck you. So, word on the street is the production still is on. We are going to get a remake of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Woo-woo!
When that's going to happen, no idea, but the production is still on. There is still a team working on it. They're very active. So it's all sabers go for Knights of the Old Republic remake. So it is actually happening.
I'm glad it's still going ahead.
So that's good news, because we like a bit of good news. Because we've been waiting for this remake, for about over a decade now, and it's finally actually happening, which is great.
But with any decent game or any game that we're really excited for, I'd rather them take the time and make sure it's made exactly how they intend it to be. We can be patient, but just know that we are excited for when it is going to come and actually come around and be able to be a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd throw my gauntlet in the ring and just say it's probably one of the best RPGs ever made. Not just because it's Star Wars, just because it's a great RPG. So for it to be made on a modern engine with updated combat, etc. If it gets the Final Fantasy treatment, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be turn-based. It can be action.
Be interesting.
Action-based. As long as the story's there. As long as we get to play as Revan again, and again they're saying it's going to be a lot more universe building in it. Man, I'm up for that. I love it. I love the story. I love everything about Knights of the Old Republic. I even love the second one that's really broken and weird. But again, if it's successful, they will remake the second one.
Ooh.
So fingers crossed, we get none of the fucking DEI thrown in bullshit, which nobody wants in games, and we actually get a true remake of Knights of the Old Republic, which is what we all want. Fingers crossed.